With the winners of the eFIXX Awards due to be announced this Thursday in our live premiere, we thought it would be a good idea to have a sit down with some of the judges and get to know a little bit about their personalities and also an insight into the judging process. So first up, we've got Paul Elcock from Dock Store. So Paul, can I get you anything just before we start the interview?
Good cuppa, yeah.
Here you go, buddy. Will that do?
That's a good cup of tea, Joe, that.
Well, I try my best, but you can't beat one from home though, can you?
Keep on to educate my wife. I've been married to her 21 years and still keep telling her she puts too much milk in.
Ooh, okay, that may be a bit more personal than we were looking for there, Paul. So let's get stuck into the interview. We can always edit that out. First of all, what did you make of our sponsors? How would you describe them?
Large global brands such as the car.
I think you may be a bit confused there, Paul. The car is a product rather than a brand? Okay, well, we may have to agree to disagree there. Let's move on. What would you look for in an electrician coming to work on your home?
I would be looking for an electrician to come to my house who, first of all, dresses smartly.
Ah, like this, you mean? Would you allow me to come and work in your home? Oh. Well, that's a little disappointing. Hope you and me are okay, matey. Is there anything we could have done to maybe make the judging process better for you?
Make me feel more comfortable in either going to a shop.
That feels a little bit beyond our remit there, Paul. I know it's really tough post-lockdown, but sometimes you've just got to get out of your comfort zone. I'll tell you what, let's restore your confidence a bit here. You've listed as your special skill on the judging form as being able to name all the countries that make up the UK. Please, show us.
Scotland.
Yes.
Think Northern Ireland.
That's a great start. Keep going.
Scotland.
Oh, a little repetition there. Try again, mate.
Northern Ireland.
Well, I think we'll circle back round to that one there, Paul. Thanks very much for helping us out. Okay, so next up is our very good friend Shahid Khan of the ECA. He's been working very hard to get the Second Amendment to the 18th edition out of the door, and of course we're very, very grateful to be able to read that now. So, Shahid, how does it feel to finally get the Second Amendment out of the door and into public hands? Oh, so not quite as exciting as we thought then. Your tie was a lot nicer than mine, so I've taken mine off. Would you like to unveil your copy of the Second Amendment for us now?
Oh, I've lost it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you could tell us what the book's called at least.
What was the name of it? I can't remember.
It's BS 7671, Shahid. Maybe you could describe it to us then.
It's absolutely massive.
Well, it is definitely bigger than the last one by about 60 pages or so. What's your favourite regulation that you've memorised from the Second Amendment, would you say?
I don't know, there's loads.
Okay. It feels like we're not getting much out of you here, Shahid. Let's try and break the ice a little bit with some more personal stuff. Let's start with a joke. What kind of van does an electrician drive?
I don't know, there's loads.
A Volkswagen.
That's all right.
Okay, so now you're a bit more relaxed. Let's talk about some personal stuff. What do you like to do to unwind?
On a night, well, I'll log into YouTube and I'll watch some eFIXX videos.
That's very kind of you to say, Shahid, but I'm not sure that's quite what we're looking for in terms of relaxing activity.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, that may not be entirely true, bud. You did tell me about a dream that you had the other night.
On a farm, and they had drones and all sorts of stuff, and there was a lot of automation on there. And that was a really exciting one for me.
And when you were in your dream, how would you describe the noise that the largest drone was making?
It's buzzing.
Only to be expected from a drone? And were you by yourself in your dream?
And there were a couple of good ECA members as well, so that was nice to see.
You see what I mean? I think you need to find a way to switch off before bed, and while eFIXX videos are great, there might be better ways of relaxing. Anyway, let's conclude with your special skill. Children's TV shows. Can you name the motto of the children's TV show Record Breakers?
Dedication.
Very good.
It's the key to success.
So close. It's dedication's what you need.
Pretty cliche, but...
Yes, but it's still the right answer to the question. Okay, well, thanks for joining us, Shahid. We'll move to our next judge, and that is Stephen Smith from EV Comply. So, Steve, we've not met in person before. Do you know my full name?
Joe Public.
It's close. It's Joe Robinson. No worries. So, what did you think of the other judges that we've interviewed so far?
I really liked what the way they came across.
They were great, weren't they? And how do they compare to you?
Not so Mancunian.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Make me sound intelligent.
Okay, well, I'm sure we're all equally clever in different ways. Now, it's a shame that we weren't able to do more of the judging in person with each other. Could you just describe that judging process to me, please?
A lot of times we're in people's homes.
No, I didn't know you were all getting together in each other's homes while we were judging. That's a bit strange. Do you know why I wouldn't be invited to that?
That's a difficult one.
Well, I know there was a bit of tension on the judging panel, but who is the one who got properly on your nerves?
I won't name any names.
Very noble. Okay, no worries. So let's talk about the awards themselves then. Now, your business, EV Comply, very kindly supported us with one of the categories. Which category was it?
It was really difficult to decide.
Was it? It seems that there's one very likely award that you'd really want to be involved in.
I should know the answer off the top of my head.
Okay, well, it was the EV Installer of the Year. So thanks very much for that. We really appreciate it. And do you think there's any categories that we missed out on that we should pop in next year, maybe?
As lawyers, they're involved in this space as well.
Okay, I think that might be a slightly different arena, Stephen, but sure, we'll keep it in mind. Now, I'd like your advice on something. I need to charge up an EV. Now, should I use this lead or should I use this one? I'm kind of favouring this one. What do you think?
Don't put this in.
Okay, so I'll plug this one in then.
I might need another engineer now.
I mean, I'm fairly competent, Stephen. You know, it's just plugging in a lead. I am a qualified electrician.
You could always work for yourself.
Yeah, I guess so. But, you know, the team would struggle without me. I don't want to let them down, really. Now, how do you think this interview's going so far then, matey?
It's fast. Fast-paced environment to work in.
Fair point. Let's slow it down a bit and talk about how you like to relax. I can see here from your judging form that your special skill is you enjoy identifying common household objects. So let's play a game. What do I have here?
That's a key.
Solid work there, matey. Let's talk music. What sort of stuff do you enjoy?
You know, small one-man bands.
Oh, really? Is that not a little bit niche? I mean, I guess there can't be too many of those around.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I've seen a few.
Okay, and what are you doing for a holiday this year?
I'm rambling.
Oh, don't worry, mate, that sounds delightful. And finally, after the awards, if we go out for a drink and you want me to buy you a cocktail, what am I buying for you?
Yeah. Can you give me a French twang?
I've never heard of that one there, Stephen. I'm not convinced that's going to do you any good, but thank you very much for your help with the judging process and thank you for being interviewed. And thank you to all of our judges who've been absolutely spectacularly helpful, sacrificing their time and their energy to speak to us, and also with the judging and also being such good sports to take part in this spoof interview. Don't forget the awards is premiering on YouTube at 7 p.m. on Thursday the 31st of April, so tune in for that to see who's won an award and who made the shortlist. All that remains in this video is to say thank you very much for watching.